We don't want to be dicks just rushing through because you know what? We could be on our second drink in a lounge by the time they get through security.
Question. Yeah, the 15-minute morning show podcast. Here it is. It's Thursday, our favorite day of the week with Froggy and Gandhi, and there's Scary. And there's Scary's shoulder.
I'm turning Brody on. Sorry.
Yo, yeah.
Are you? Woohoo!
And how do you do that exactly?
There's Brody turned on, and there's Nate, and there's Scotty B, and there's Garrett. And here we go. 15-minute morning show podcast. All right, so a lot of us are going to head to the airport and head down to Miami in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And a lot of us are having a little behind her back bitch and moan session about Gandhi. Do you want to hear what they're saying about you?
What are they saying?
You weren't in the room, but Nate, you were like in charge of this bitch and moan session, and Skeery was on your coattails. Tell Gandhi why you're pissed off at her.
Well, somebody has to check a bag. That slows us all down.
This is true.
Very slow.
This is true.
And somebody doesn't have pre-check.
Okay.
This is also true.
Also slowing us
Could
down.
have gotten pre-check years ago.
I'm going to tell you why you're a bunch of wastes of tears and emotions.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, tell her what your problem is.
Well, somebody has to check a bag, so we have to. We can't be dicks and just rush through security because Skeery and I have pre-check. We're already checked in. We're taking carry-ons. Hang on, I'm not done yet. Hang on.
Pre-check either, you dickwad.
Well, then you can hang out.
Well, then you can hang out with Gandhi.
I'm going to. Fuck all of you.
The thing is, I paid good money for pre-check. I did my due diligence. I waited in the airport. I did the interviews. I went through all this rigmarole.
Then go. Guess what? The plane's still going to fucking take off at the same exact fucking time.
Damn
whether you're in
right.
pre-check
but
or
you know
not.
what?
Your pre-check isn't going to have them off the ground earlier.
Yeah,
As long as they're okay with it. I mean, we don't want to be dicks just rushing through because you know what? We could be on our second drink in a lounge by the time they get through security.
Question. Gandhi, do you give a flying fuck if they wait for you or not?
Zero fucks given.
Okay,
Would prefer that they abandon me with these attitudes. I'm not trying to stick around and wait down the whole process. I get it. The only reason I had to bring a non-check bag is because I'm doing other things afterward. I would leave me behind too. So by all means, gentlemen, go ahead and drink your drinks in your little
I like
lounge.
to leave my shoes on when I walk through
Me
TSA.
too.
I like to leave my laptop in the bag.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you know what, guys? She's going away for more than the amount of time we're going away, so she needs to bring a bigger bag. It's not that she's being a diva and needs to bring for a 2-day trip. So cut her some slack and shut the fuck up and wait.
But the thing is, I'm going to tell you right now, they were just offended that you had the audacity to go through like a normal human being at the fucking line.
Right.
And I'm like, shut up, guys. The plane's going to take off at the same exact time.
Don't you
treating me like a leper.
Haven't you ever been in the situation where it's the one person in the group that holds everybody up because
She's
the
not
one
holding anyone
person
up.
checked the bag?
She's not holding anyone
Hey,
up.
listen, and as long as she's okay with us going through, there's no
But
argument
then on
here.
the other end, we are all going to wait by the carousel patiently for her bag to show
That's
up.
what I was about to say. That's where it really slows you down. I don't care about when we're going there. It's when we're leaving. We have to go to the carousel and wait.
Get your own Uber and go to the hotel then.
No, you're a dick.
No. First of all, you've all proven to be dicks anyway, so it doesn't matter if you leave me at the airport.
Why stop being a dick now? You've been a dick your whole life.
Well, we
Exactly.
can't get our own Uber because Y100 is sending the station van for us.
Well.
Look, you better hope I have seats.
Y100 van?
So Gandhi will have to sit on the speaker in the back of the van.
I'll do it.
No, please.
I'm
You know
fine
what?
with
That rickety old piece of crap. Don't ride in a Y100 van.
Budget cuts, baby.
You know what, guys?
They've had that van since Cox on the Radio did the afternoon show.
Cox on the radio.
Cox on the radio.
And what year was that?
COX.
That had to be the early 90s, right? Because Michael Yo
90s.
took over.
I think it was like the 70s.
Yeah, it was the 70s.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
That was the
Cox.
70s.
I don't think he's. I don't know if
Michael
he's
J?
alive. No, and I don't think he's with us anymore. Is Cox on the Radio still alive?
I don't know.
I've never even heard of him.
I used to have to pick people up from the airport in the station van in the late 90s.
Oof.
Remember that red van with no seats with carpeting on the wall and paneling?
Oof.
I had a
Scary bought it.
Hey, by all means, guys, you take that station van. I'm going to take an Uber and expense that bitch. Go ahead.
Good luck.
I just think it's so funny that they're so put off by someone who wants to spend an extra 20 minutes waiting for her bag. Who cares?
I do this to
Right.
Lisa. I do the same thing to Lisa when we travel. I'm like, Lisa, you don't have to check a bag. Like, let's get to the airport, get in the car, and go. Like, no, I got my makeup and my shoes.
By the way, Don Cox known to thousands of people in South Florida as Cox on the Radio, died in Atlanta. He at 55 years old back in 2003.
Long time ago.
He was a very famous guy. Cox on the Radio. But anyway, that van is from when he was at.
That time. Jeez.
He was also on Power 96, Y100. Yeah.
Wow.
Many different years.
Well,
anyway, go ahead.
Back to carry-ons. I've actually packed for a 19-day trip before using nothing but a carry-on.
Bullshit.
I have. I refuse to. I've had my bag lost, broken into, put on the wrong flight so many times. I'm like, I'm never checking a bag ever again.
What did you take? Like nothing?
It's all in the way you pack it. You roll your stuff. You put shit in your shoes. You get
in your nasty shoes.
It's kind of gross.
But then you have a foot shirt.
Lisa says, "What am I going to do?"
No, in underwear.
What am I going to do with all these face creams? I'm like, you don't really need those.
no! Oh.
Well, you have to. Okay, you can't take face creams. You can't take any liquids.
But wait a minute.
You can only take a pair of shoes that you're wearing and a pair of shoes in your bag, and that's all you can take.
Here's what I usually say when she says, "What about I'm going to do with these face creams?" I'm like, "Oh, honey, they ain't working anyways. You can take a couple days off of those. We ain't going to notice."
So once again, you're all dicks.
Wow.
This is in my defense, like Danielle said, I'm not just doing Miami. I have to do multiple cities. There are big events I have to pack for and climate changes. So I feel like I had to bring this. And I'm sorry, guys. You go ahead, live your lives, drink in your special little lounge.
I would wait for you for hours because
I like you the best.
But Elvis, according to Skeery's logic, he paid for it, so he shouldn't have to wait for his friend.
So then don't fucking wait.
No one asked him to wait.
Don't wait.
No one asked him to wait. No,
wait. I'm
this
a good
is you.
friend.
This is you and Nate getting your panties all twisted, just looking for something to bitch and moan about. This is what this is. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah. I'm going to boo you at the ceremony, Nate. Boo, you I
don't even think you're going.
hey, okay, in all seriousness, you are marrying this couple, and you're ordained. I mean, legally you can do this?
Legally, I can do it. They do have another officiant because I do not speak Spanish, and a lot of the congregation speaks only Spanish.
Right.
So somebody else, one of their good family friends, is going to be doing it. And then I pronounce them husband and wife. And I see a little thing here, and bada bing, bada boom, they're married. I think they're just very excited for the party, which by all accounts is going to be fun, which Skeery is introing them.
Yeah,
at the
but I'm not
at the
bilingual.
reception.
I just realized that. I'm just gonna do like the typical wedding MC does. When
The typical white wedding MC.
Yes.
Okay.
Where everybody stands up and put your hands together for the first time as the new Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so. Please welcome. Like that. So I'm just going to be me.
You can Google how to say it in Spanish
Not gonna
before
try.
you go.
I think that I would be butchering their language, and I don't want to do that.
You know, I used to do this for a living, and you know how many times I would accidentally change the sex of the person coming in because I pronounced their name wrong.
Oh, no.
It was hysterical.
We all know what
didn't think it was, but I did.
Gandhi, I love you, but bad idea. You don't want him to try to be bilingual.
Okay.
Like this.
I feel like it would be nice.
Let him stick to English. He can barely get that out. He's good. He's good.
You know.
Yeah, I think there's something to that because I was thinking about, I could speak it in Spanish because I took Spanish for like 7 years. But then at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do them to the disservice of butchering the language.
A good example. Do you remember when Michael Bloomberg was the mayor of New York City?
El Bloombito.
And he would do a big speech at City Hall, and then he would try to do some of it in Spanish, and you were like, oh dear God.
And Blupito.
Yo quiero más amigos.
Exactly.
It's such an interesting dance, though, because, so my parents speak multiple languages, and they always say they appreciate somebody trying versus not trying at all and just expecting them to speak a different language when they're somewhere else. And I think that in the U.S., we do that a lot. In other countries, we'll walk around immediately and be like, do you speak English? Do you speak English? Anyone? And they look at you like, what the hell? Where you have to think if somebody did that here, just walked up to you and immediately was like, habla español, you would probably be like, you're not even trying? Somebody try.
Right,
because
it's
effort
endearing,
if you give
right?
it a shot.
Isn't it endearing if you make an effort?
I think,
It is, but not at their wedding.
I would tell you,
Yeah.
not at the
I
wedding.
always try in
Not
another
the
country,
wedding.
but
Let's not mess up their wedding. But I do. When I go to Italy, when I'm there for a few days, I can actually speak Italian. It takes me a few days. But most of the time, they'll go, just English is fine.
I let them tell me, but I give it a shot. Yeah.
Thank you for trying, Mr. Duran. What frog?
So Enrique Iglesias has a song. It's I don't even know how you pronounce the name of it. It's Cuando. Hold on a second.
Okay, well, enough.
Right, exactly. So that's it. But I love this song so much. It's called Dua El Corazon, Phil Wisin. And I absolutely love the song. I don't know one word in the song except Bailamos. I know that means dance, but it is one of my favorite Enrique songs, and I try to sing it, but it's all just gibberish because I don't know what any of it means.
You know what Corazon is, right?
No.
Heart.
Oh, it's your heart.
So then what's the first part mean? What's Dua? Is that two hearts? Does that mean is Duel two? Because it's like.
How do you spell it?
It is Duele space EL space Corazon.
Duele
Corazon.
It's something the heart,
isn't it?
so it wouldn't be to the heart.
Oh no.
By the way, you have Enrique's phone number. Why don't you just text him and ask him what the
I'll tell you why. Because I asked him.
Why don't you just Google it?
When the heart hurts.
I asked him last Saturday night when I saw him in concert. I'm like, hey, can you tell me what the song means? And he gave me fake meanings because he's an asshole. So that's why.
Because that's Enrique.
Because that's it.
I love it.
I think it's the heart hurts.
Yeah, I think it's like when the heart hurts or you hurt my heart, something like that.
That's why. Don't ask
Look,
him
I'm
anything.
slowly. If you're watching this 15-minute morning show podcast, I'm going to slowly just slip out. I'm slipping out of the Zoom
Scooting
room.
out.
Are you Homer in the bushes?
Homer Simpson.
Are you Homer? Slide down in the bushes.
I'm Homer Simpson
Are you
in the bushes.
SpongeBob? All right, I'm gonna head out.
He's leaving. He's out.
He's out.
And he's
Too late.
gone.
He's gone.
All right, does that mean we're done?
Did Elvis just make his own meme?
Oh, he's back.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Is that it?
All right.
Live from Miami tomorrow to kick off the weekend.
You know where we're going to be broadcasting from, Elvis?
The same room where I was conceived.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're going to check the curtains for your dad's jizz.
Okay, that's
Wow.
we're done. We're
How
done.
do you say that in Spanish?
I guess tonight when I'm praying, I'll pray for you because my dad is in heaven listening to
I
you talk about him
know.
like that.
Oh my.
Yeah, but now you can clone him thanks to Nate's idea.
Good job, Nate.
Wow, you're talking about my dad,
That's
dead
not cool.
dad's.
It was a
Excretion.
joke, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, Nate.
Not cool, Nate. Not cool.
My God, that was over the line.
Goodbye.
You all laughed. Y'all laughed.
Nervous
did, you're
laugh,
right.
uncomfortable.
All right,
I
we're out of
kinda
here.
gasped.
Everybody say bye.
Bye, asshole.
Bye.